What is up, guys? It is your boy here, and um, I wanted to talk about something uh that I saw recently. Apparently, there was a story that I saw from a couple days ago where it was reported that one of the members or former members of something of a 48 affiliated group, not nec- an idol group with 48 at the end of the name, right? She talked about how little her agency paid her, how little money she made as an idol, and that sparked a lot of outrage, and especially among foreign fans. At least that's what I saw. Of course, the report I saw was also in English, so I don't know how Japanese people are responding to it, and I don't want to guess how they responded, but I mean to say that because I'm afraid it might have been with apathy. But in whatever the case, it kind of got me thinking, because I've done some kind of like reading about the Japanese entertainment industry, certain aspects of it. And when it comes to this, I feel like I have a pretty good insight, or maybe not pretty good, but I have the delusion of good insight. How's that? That I might know what I'm kind of maybe talking about, maybe not. This is all speculation, but it's kind of fun to think about, kind of the business end of things, because a lot of the times when people, when regular people like you, me, and everybody else not in the business, we all we really do is see like the consumption end of it, right? Or the analysis of media or something like that. We don't really look at the business side all that much, because we're not really privy to that information. But it's not necessarily extremely difficult to find information about it if you go looking. And so one of the things that people are saying is that they believe that all idols should kind of unionize. And while I think that would be a really good idea, for idols to have some kind of, watchdog agency or something to give them, kind of legal protections, and, hold agencies especially accountable. And we'll talk about that later. I don't know. It would definitely be an uphill battle, I think. And the biggest reason why I think that, again, this is all speculation, but from what I understand, in the hierarchy of Japanese entertainers, I mean, idols are kind of the lowest of the low. From how I've heard it talked about from other people within the entertainment industry, idols are probably the lowest tier of professional entertainer you can be, as far as I'm aware. And so, because of that, there isn't really a whole lot of respect for it, mostly because most of the people who choose to become idols are typically younger, on the younger side, junior high school age, that sort of thing, not quite adults. So, because of all that, it's not really taken very seriously in the entertainment sphere, even as you get older, unless you're in a really well-known or well-respected group, I suppose. But even then, I've seen, at least in the early years of this current iteration of idols, there was one member of AKB48 who was like 31, and after she turned 30, like, AKB was trying to find every stop they could pull to just get her out, to make her leave, because she was considered too old or something. How times have changed, but that was like maybe 13 years ago or so. So it was a while ago. Anyway, so young, it's youth, it's inexperience, all that fun stuff. which is, I think, why perhaps idols are not really that well respected, or they don't get really a whole lot of respect in the grand scheme of things in the entertainment biz, in that hierarchy. And so because of that, I think there are a couple of things. Of course, one, companies feel like they can get away with more because of that. And two, it would make the whole idea of unionizing idols kind of, I guess, for lack of a better term, like laughable to companies. It probably would take a lot to maybe take seriously. I don't know how agencies and companies react to this sort of stuff, but that's kind of the state of like respect for the idol umbrella as an entertainer, as far as I'm aware. So yeah, there's that. The other thing, so yeah, I don't know if unionizing, it would definitely be an uphill battle. I'm not against it. I don't say they shouldn't try if they wanted to, but I feel like it would be an uphill battle. On top of that, I don't know what kind of powers labor unions have in Japan. So I live in Okayama Prefecture, and there is a prefectural teachers union for school teachers, the Okayama Teachers Union. And they do not negotiate salary rates, as far as I'm aware. And teachers aren't paid very much. And that's one of like the biggest detractors for a lot of people who might consider becoming a teacher otherwise, is the fact that compensation, salaries are so low. And given the fact that, benefits, in a system in Japan don't really ring as well as they do in a place like America. So, it's kind of like, it's a little bit iffy there. I don't know how effective a union would be to specifically bring up the salaries of idols in that regard. So, there's that. Of course, if you're a teacher, you're a government employee, whereas if you're an idol or an entertainer in general, you're working for a private company. So, maybe you could probably make an argument easily against that on that fact alone. So, whatever. But the other thing too is that the idols, a lot of people were really surprised that, oh wow, this was one of the top idols in this 48 group, and yet she wasn't making so much money even as like one of the most popular members. What happened? And I think I know what happened. See, when entertainers sign contracts, a lot of the time there are certain terms in that contract, specifically with talent agencies, that sort of indicate that talent agencies will take a percentage of earnings from a given project. Also, I'm pretty sure that idols don't earn royalties on the stuff that they get. My guess is if you're a professional idol of any age, you're probably given a fixed salary. And that fixed salary is, that's it. I'm going to guess that's what it is. It's either that or you're paid per project. And if so, agencies will just skim off a significant portion of that off the top. I'm not saying that, again, I'm not advocating for this. I'm not defending it. I'm just speculating about what's happening. And so, the more popular an idol gets doesn't necessarily mean, if I'm a sleazy talent agent for a sleazy talent agent company, I would probably look at it as like, well, in the long run, if this idol chooses to continue in entertainment, I mean, if she's popular, or he, I don't know about male idols, but if she becomes popular, then like, she can use that newfound fame and clout and, make her own fortune after being an idol. Meanwhile, while she is popular as an idol, I'll pay her this fixed salary, and whatever she makes on top of that, it's all for me or the company and both, that, and I'll get a bonus and like all that stuff, and everything's all good. Or if it's a pay per project sort of thing, maybe they still have like a fixed rate sort of thing, or maybe they have a set percentage that they take off the top of what the project managers or directors or whatever have on offer for the talent. Either way, it's not entirely fair, especially when considering the fact that the idol kind of sphere, again, it is not very well respected, unfortunately, despite all of the work that they do. I mean, they do about as much work as any other professional entertainer in Japan, but they get paid significantly less. It's almost like an unpaid internship, except unpaid internships are worse, but in many ways. But like, yeah, idols, and of course it's not every idol agency. Every agency is different. But I think maybe the big ones, the ones that are big, that can make big promises and have kind of like proof that they could in theory live up to those big promises. Like, the agencies that bring in AKB groups, or those family of groups, or the K-pop, J-pop hybrid idol groups, and what else? I don't know about Hello Project, maybe. I don't know. The really big ones. They can make big promises and everything, and like, oh, clout, you'll become famous because you're under our wing. We'll make you, your face will appear on LED screens in Tokyo and on the side of buildings and everything. And that's like their idea of the payment, that their compensation for idols. And so, but like, of course, that doesn't happen for most idols. So, yeah, but I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, I guess it's good that idols are coming out and talking about it. That's actually probably the best thing they can do, because it kind of starts to put spotlights and apply pressure to agencies to do something more. Idols need more labor protection, like really solid legal protection, not like the generalized umbrella stuff. As an ALT in Japan, I know that very well firsthand. Yeah, talk about exploitation, but that's a different story. But like, no, no, but the idols, hopefully more idols, former, and I don't know about current, but definitely former, probably because NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, are probably like all over the place in their contracts. But idols who leave the idol sphere, leave their agencies, and talk about their policies. If we can get more of that, it will probably apply more legal pressure on these agencies to do more, because that's what they need, I think. So, yeah. In any event, I'm almost out of time. So I will see you. Let me know what you think about any of this in the comments below. And I will see you next time with more. In the meantime, boo!